He is the challenger, Ethan Carter III, ec3.
Oh, and a spear by Lashley! A spear by the world champion! Rocked ec3 right out of the ring!
And now introducing your TNA World Champion, weighing in at 277 pounds from Denver, Colorado, Lashley.
A spear by Lashley, unexpected, has changed this match. ec3's down. The ribs of ec3 that were damaged and questioned whether or not Ethan Carter. Here we go. Now it's official. Lashley has already delivered a spear, a devastating spear to Ethan Carter III.
Yeah, you know, Lashley's a thinking champion. He knows the condition of those ribs. He knows that he injured him before, and from the outset, he went on the attack.
Wow! ec3 crashes hard to the outside. As I do before all of his big matches, ec3 and I sat down earlier today. He talked about Lashley being the most dominant world champion of all time, almost unstoppable. But ec3 said when he's at the top of his game, he knows he's also unstoppable.
Yeah, you can't take anything away from either competitor. Both have been to the top of the mountain, but only one can remain there. And Lashley's trying to ensure that that one man is himself.
What a clothesline by Lashley.
Lashley is just looking all business.
We talked about ec3 needing to be fully focused. Lashley right now, not only has he been training for this world championship, this beautiful snap suplex, he's also preparing for his next battle in the MMA world. Shoulders down, doesn't hook the leg, and a kick out by the challenger. World championship on the line. This is Bound for Glory 2016. We're sold out, standing room only, in the Impact Zone in Orlando, and a gut wrench has ec3 on the shoulders of Lashley.
Back kick by Lashley.
Oh, ec3 with a clothesline. ec3 also told me earlier that he doesn't care if this is a
Clothesline into the corner.
And look at this throw by ec3.
Raw power right there.
A flurry of offense from the challenger. Oh! Not sure if ec3 caught all of that on Lashley. And the champion kicks out at 2.
Didn't get it the way he wanted to. But he still dropped the big man. He dropped the champ, and he got the champ reeling right now.
It wasn't the knockout blow that ec3 was looking for, but it's enough to get him. Oh! I was going to say on offense, but Lashley right back in and just relying on his strength and power. We're going to plan ec3. And Lashley with a second spear! A second spear in this match! And Lashley's going to retain his championship! ec3 just gets the shoulder up at 2! How did he kick out of a second spear?
Technically, that'd be the first, but I'll tell you what, man, just to kick out of it, period, for one.
No. The match didn't even get started. He hit with a spear. Yeah, but his second spear in this match.
First.
And now Lashley looking for a torture rack. That would certainly lead ec3. He's got him. He's got him hooked.
Very smart by ec3. Nice counter.
ec3's got to have his hands locked there. He's got Lashley hooked. Trying to get his ankles around the waist of Lashley as well. And Lashley, now look at this.
Power. Brute strength by the champ.
Right back to a vertical space. And just dumps ec3 over his head.
That's where that MMA background comes into play for Lashley, who's been in those positions before.
And now here comes Lashley. Sidestep. Lashley goes shoulder first in the steel post. ec3's got Lashley stacked up on his shoulders. Looking for a new champion.
No.
ec3 looking at powerbomb. Lashley sits out. Champion down. ec3's got him, and Lashley kicks out at 2. Woo! What a match.
That had to take a lot of EC3 to just muscle Lashley up like that and drive him back down to that powerbomb.
Somebody in this match has been busted open.
I think it's EC3.
Perhaps from the mouth.
Yeah.
We'll pay close attention to that, and you see EC3 looking for a 1%er right now on Lashley. He's going to put this match away. Again, Lashley goes back to the power game. Oh! Power slam by the world champion, and EC3 again kicks out. Another devastating blow from Lashley.
Lashley's looking like he's thinking of the next. Yep, he's over here.
Right here, and Lashley's got his world championship in his hand.
Well, I think we all know what Lashley has in mind right
Remember,
now.
no holds barred. Anything goes. And Lashley now with the world title. Lashley looking to put away EC3 once and for all. EC3 ducks. Lashley misses wildly. EC3's got him up. TK3!
He connected with it.
Champion down. Can the challenger capitalize?
Turn over, EC3. Turn over. And Lashley wisely turns over onto his stomach.
Yeah, to avoid the pinfall. Even if EC3 would have draped the hand over Lashley on his back, it would have been a pin opportunity for EC3. And now both men starting to stir. Referee Brian Hebner continues his count. Now both men up. Breaking down into a brawl here. EC3 with a series of jabs, and Lashley now. Again, misses with the clothesline. What a German suplex! Did you see the torque on that?
The snap that EC3 had with it.
Tremendous velocity and a kick there. Oh! And here comes Lashley. And a spear by EC3.
Wow, we haven't seen that. EC3 got him.
EC3 with the cover up the outside like no champion, and Lashley kicks out. Trying to get a look at the eye of Lashley and see him it's swelled up. Lashley's rolled to the outside. EC3's down inside the six-sided ring.
Lashley likes to keep that headband on to keep the sweat out of his face and out of the eyes.
It just looked like when EC3 was connecting with those jabs, it caught him right above the eye, and I couldn't tell or not if Lashley now is having a hard time seeing out of his eye. We'll see how that plays out. And now EC3 and Lashley on the outside. Emotions boiling over.
Oh, boy.
What's going to happen here? EC3's got him up.
Oh, boy. This will not end good.
Looking for a TK3 on the steel steps.
Now EC3 has to get Lashley up, get him in the ring.
Yep.
Very smart by EC3. Nice counter.
EC3's got to have his hands locked there. He's got Lashley hooked. Trying to get his ankles around the waist of Lashley as well. And Lashley, now look at this.
Power. Brute strength by the champ.
Right back to a vertical base. And just dumps EC3 over his head.
That's where that MMA background comes into play for Lashley, who's been in those positions before.
And now here comes Lashley. Sidestep. Lashley goes shoulder first from the steel post. EC3's got Lashley stacked up on his shoulders. Looking for a new champion.
No.
EC3 looking at powerbomb. Lashley sits out. Champion down. EC3's got him, and Lashley kicks out at 2. Woo. What a match.
That had to take a lot of EC3 to just muscle Lashley up like that and drive him back down to that powerbomb.
Somebody in this match has been busted open.
I think it's EC3.
Perhaps from the mouth.
Yeah.
We'll pay close attention to that, and you see EC3 looking for a 1%er right now on Lashley. Looking to put this match away. Again, Lashley goes back to the power game. Oh! Power slam by the world champion, and EC3 again kicks out. Another devastating blow from Lashley.
Lashley's looking like he's thinking of the next. Yep, he's over here.
Right here, and Lashley's got his world championship in his hand.
Well, I think we all know what Lashley has in mind right
Remember,
now.
no holds barred. Anything goes. And Lashley now with the world title. Lashley looking to put away EC3 once and for all. EC3 ducks. Lashley misses wildly. EC3's got him up. TK3!
He connected with it!
Champion down! Can the challenger capitalize?
Turn over, EC3, turn over! And Lashley wisely turns over onto his stomach.
He had to avoid the pinfall. Even if EC3 would have draped a hand over Lashley on his back, it would have been a pin opportunity for EC3. And now both men starting to stir. Referee Brian Hebner continues his count, and now both men up. Breaking down into a brawl here. EC3 with a series of jabs, and Lashley now again misses with the clothesline. What a German suplex! Did you see the torque on that?
The snap that EC3 had with
tremendous velocity and a kick there. Oh! And here comes Lashley, and a spear by EC3!
Wow, we haven't seen that. EC3 got him!
EC3 with the cover hooks the outside like no champion, and Lashley kicks out. Trying to get a look at the eye of Lashley to see if it's swolled up. Lashley's rolled to the outside. EC3's down inside the six-sided ring.
Lashley likes to keep that headband on and to keep the sweat out of his face and out of the eyes.
It just looked like when EC3 was connecting with those jabs, it caught him right above the eye, and I couldn't tell or not if Lashley now is having a hard time seeing out of his eye. We'll see how that plays out. And now EC3 and Lashley on the outside. Emotions boiling over.
Oh, boy.
What's going to happen here? EC3's got him up.
Oh, boy. This will not end good.
Looking for a TK3 on the steel steps.
Now EC3 has to get Lashley up, get him in the ring.
Yep. Can EC3 pick up the 277 pounds of Lashley, get him in the ring, go for the cover, and try to become an EC three-time world champion? It has been a physical battle. And EC3 now up on the top rope. Frog splash! What a move by EC3, and a kick out by the champion!
Now, how often is it that we see EC3 fly? EC3 knows he got to hit something big. He got to get Lashley when he's not expecting it as well. And right now, he's planning something in his EC3.
And EC3 misses with the EC3 splash in the corner. Lashley with third spear!
First spear by Lashley!
And Lashley, now with the cover, is going to retain his championship, and EC3 kicks out. EC3 kicked out at 2.
I don't know why Lashley's looking a little surprised. I know he started celebrating once he hit it. He thought that it was a done deal, but you're not going to beat EC3, the former two-time world champion, without hooking his leg and putting some pressure on him.
A trifecta of spears, and now Lashley, he tried to use his world championship earlier, now going for a steel chair. Is this frustration by the world champion?
Shot repeatedly to the back now with that steel chair.
Oh! Now Lashley goes after the midsection in the back of EC3.
Yeah, back to the ribs he goes.
Oh! And Lashley just teeing off. Oh! This is why Lashley chose the stipulation of no holds barred.
EC3 looks like he's completely out of it right now.
He gave it everything he could in this match, and Lashley now picks EC3 back up here. The challenger out on his feet. Lashley looking to end this match once and for all. The head and arm are trapped. EC3 is locked in the center of the ring. Reminiscent of what happened. Wait, there's still life in the challenger. There's still life in EC3. Brian Hebner was going to call for the bell. And EC3, there's no way.
Yeah, we saw Lashley be effective with his hold before.
There's no way EC3's back up and firing away at the world champion. He's broke the hold.
Carter's just willing himself right now. He's reaching down, Josh. It's Carter.
Lashley misses. EC3, another German suplex. Hands locked. Rolls over. And EC3 has delivered two. Looking for a third German suplex on Lashley. Looking to become world champion. Can EC3 finish this quest?
EC3 has reached into his reserve, and it is paid off.
1%.
He connects with it.
New champion EC3 with the cover. Hooks the leg, and Lashley kicks out at two. How did he kick out?
Not often do we see someone kick out on the 1%er.
Look at the eyes of EC3. He can hardly believe it. He survived the head and arm trap of Lashley, and now the steel chair firmly in the hands of EC3. Turnabout.
Yep, fair play. EC3 dropped the chair just a little too soon for Pump's taste. He should be wearing out Lashley with that chair, but maybe he has something better in mind.
Perhaps they're going to put away the world champion once and for all. EC3 looking to join Lashley here up on the top rope. Precarious situation for both champion and challenger.
Oh boy.
It's been a long night. Those ropes get slick. And EC3 looking for a 1%er off the top rope, thrown off by Lashley. Oh,